I just felt called by Our Lady to make a climb of the Kilimanjaro. It sounds kind of crazy. My whole life has been a story of crazy ideas, and I just felt called to it. The Kilimanjaro, as everyone knows, is the fourth highest mountain of the world, and I thought, I like to hike, I like to climb. I can take that God-given talent and try to help this place out.
Hey, my friends, it's not all that often where you get to see an effort in the developing world that you really, really want to fund. There are a lot of things that, UNICEF does, for instance. They give you pictures of these little children who look like they're starving and you can help, and they name them and so on. And then you look into those things and lo and behold, UNICEF is promoting abortion. They're promoting contraception. All of these things that are so inimical to what we want to do to help these children. And they're almost using those children as a front in order to collect donations into a scheme that is really anti-Christ and anti-life. So it's very difficult then to find a project, because we do want to help, especially good projects in the developing world. We're blessed to live in a land of plenty, so we want to be able to share. How do we find the good organizations, the good groups that are running programs that are authentic, that are authentically Catholic, that are authentically good and helping the poor? Life Funder has been around to do exactly that. But I've just come back from Africa. And in Africa, I was able to see a number of these ventures that were so worthy of support. And as you might know, I was in Kenya, Uganda, in Rwanda, and Tanzania. In Tanzania, I found such a group that is so good and so worthy of support. I wanted to focus specifically with you on that one. It's a group that runs a school for boys, another school for girls, a hospital for the poor, and also a house of studies for those considering the priesthood. It is so faithful. It is so amazing, but it's a work that needs your support. They've got 250 boys in their school, 60 new applicants. They're needing to build a new building just to house them. In terms of the girls' school, it's got like 170 students in it. And then there's the hospital for the poor. They need your help. They want to do this house of studies for seminarians or people considering. This is a great work. And with us today, we have one of the people who also was in Tanzania who can tell us more about it. His name is Christopher Wendt. Stay tuned for this episode of the John Henry Weston Show. Christopher Wendt, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me on, John.
Let's begin as we always do with the sign of the cross. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost.
Amen.
Christopher, you are actually doing some fundraising for this venture already. You're doing a climb of Mount Kilimanjaro. Tell us about that.
Sure. I was in Tanzania this summer, and I got to see the place there. Like you said, the school, the hospital, the boys' school, the sisters, and I was struck with what a beautiful picture of the church and how authentically Catholic it was. And I saw the need, and I see the growth, the future. And I just felt called by Our Lady to make a climb of the Kilimanjaro. It sounds kind of crazy. My whole life has been a story of crazy ideas, and I just felt called to it. And the Kilimanjaro, as everyone knows, is the fourth highest mountain of the world. And I thought, I like to hike, I like to climb. I can take that God-given talent and try to help this place out.
Beautiful. What was it that really struck you about this work in Tanzania? And what do you think really gave you that fire to go ahead and do this fundraising effort?
I was there for a week, and just seeing a picture of the whole life of the church, of how it could be. You have sisters, you have brothers, you have priests, you have the children, they're mostly farmers there, and it's just good people, and so on fire for the faith, the true faith, the ancient faith that we believe as Catholics. And there was a remarkable charism. It is so as it ought to be. Like it just resonates with our understanding of what the true faith is, and you see it lived out and expressed in that way. And and I think that really struck me. And then just seeing the mountain and the possibility and the challenge of that, and that I thought if that mountain's so big, maybe if we can get some visibility of that and climb it, have a Catholic climb up to the top of the mountain and really claim it for Our Lady, claim the reign of Mary from there, and see if we could get people to sponsor the climbers so that we can help. In particular, as you mentioned, there's some building that they need to do. They're overcrowded because of the growth. They're not only authentically Catholic, but they are booming and growing. And all they need is us to give a little bit from our own blessings, and that will actually be huge for them.
Indeed. Now you're still looking for climbers as well. This climb is going to happen in July, so I think there's still time to sign up. Is it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're probably going to cut it off at about 20 people, and so far we have about 5 or 6 people signed up. We haven't really pushed it. We're trying to push it a little bit by being on with you here, John. But if you are interested in supporting, like you said, John, an authentically Catholic cause, one that will really mean a lot and really grow the church and really help true Catholics out, and you love a challenge and you want to figure out who you are before Jesus and Mary, and do something that's a chance of a lifetime, and do it for a great cause, then consider it. You can go to livefatima.io/climb and go there and find out information. You can reach out to us there. You can register, but there's time for you to consider it.
Take a look at this. This is an interview that I did with Father Antonius Maria, who is the head of the work there, and just talking about and showing us the school, the plans for the building of more school buildings and more buildings to house the young boys there. Because as you can see in the video here, the housing conditions are very, very crowded indeed. And these are all poor kids. So they're not ones who can afford lots of things. This is a real work of charity. And it's a work of beauty because their foremost thing is not only to feed the bellies and provide these children with a place to stay, is to feed the souls. And really, this will be the seed of the rebirth of the church in our day. Take a look.
So, Father, if you can tell us right now, how many properties do you have and what are they used for?
Well, we're having some lands, we have schools in them, we have hospital in them, and also we are formation house in them. We are having small children cared in one of the convents you didn't see today because we are just running quickly. But in all these lands, we are trying to serve the needs of the church. Everywhere we are starting a mission, it's for the need of the place. So in the lands we visited, as you saw, there is a need for mission for young people. There is to care for the poor in the hospital who can't go to the very expensive hospital. So we are trying to care for them and all this.
Great. And how many sisters are here in the community?
In this convent in Puma, more or less 70 something.
70 something.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you also have priests and monks as well. How many priests and monks do you have?
Here in Tanzania, we are having 8 priests, but we are having priests also in Brazil and somewhere in Italy, and one joined in Germany, is working with our sisters in Germany. Yeah.
Beautiful. And how many brothers do you have here?
Brothers, we are having here in the convent you visited, 16 of them. And others are in Brazil and others are in studies somewhere.
Good. And then in terms of what you do for the schools, how many students do you have?
We are having 252.
Wow. Okay.
It's a big number.
Yes, and that's
it's a
why.
big number to feed and to give for sleeping and everything.
Yeah.
It's too much.
So you also have dormitories for them and things like that. How are you sustained to do all of this?
Well, some friends were helping us, but now they are more and more coming down because they are friends of our mother founder, and they are of her age. So, as those people who are friends or schoolmates, they already died also. The new generation in those countries, like in Germany, are fewer who are sent to the mission countries. Now still we have good doctors who are coming, but the ones who are just donating for mission countries, they are more few and few.
Mm-hmm.
So now some parents are trying to help at least a quarter of the costs some parents are doing, but we have to look for funds too for these boys.
Mm-hmm.
Because we see that there is a vocation, there is a future of these boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How many girls are in your girls' school?
We're having now 191 girls.
191. In addition to the 252 boys,
Yes.
there were 191 girls in the girls'
And
school.
still we have a primary school, from preschool to primary school, we have 67.
Ah, okay.
Just a new school now. So altogether we're having 500 something
students. Okay.
to feed and giving to sleep.
Okay. Okay. And so far it's working, but it's crowded.
Yeah, it's crowded.
Yes, it's very crowded.
There's no way, there's no space.
Yes.
We are looking how to expand it, how to put, especially the boys.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to put them.
Yeah. We saw today the sleeping quarters. They're as tight can be.
Yeah.
And then the crowds of them. You're going to send us photos and video of the crowds as they're there. You also have something of great interest, and that is you are unique in that you are celebrating the Latin Mass. Is the Latin Mass wanted in Africa? I think it's a question that people wonder. What? Who? The Africans wanted Latin Mass? Is that really true?
Well, you can imagine and you can think that maybe in Africa they are all looking for dance. Because they think that dance is good for Africa. Well, dance is good for Africa, but outside the church, not in the church. But they think that everywhere we have to dance. No, dance is in our blood, but not in the liturgy. So there is a good question I asked this many places and in meetings with the bishops. I said, there is a wrong idea about inculturation. The word so talked about the inculturation. To inculturate what? To inculturate the gospel or to evangelize the culture. So if you make a wrong definition, you have another word. To inculturate the gospel, that means to put culture in the gospel. Gospel need nothing. Gospel is from above.
Christopher, if you could give us your final thoughts on this beautiful movement in Tanzania.
If you came and saw what I saw, you would come to the same conclusion that you'd either want to climb the Kilimanjaro and you would feel called like I did to do it, or you would, if you can't do it, you would want to give whatever you have, 50, 100,000 bucks, 50,000, even 100,000, maybe stock options. I mean, there are vehicles to do that, and you would clearly see the need, and you would see, as we have with the interview, and you would also just know that your money is being well used. I've seen them do projects, and they are they work hard. Like everybody involved, they're very efficient. Like to build anything like that would cost 50 times the amount of money, and here they're doing it at a fraction of the cost, and very frugally. And your donation will go a real long way to really support the future of the church and bless these people, these fellow Catholics in the other place of the world.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Christopher. For all of the LifeSighters who want to support this very, very worthy initiative, please go to lifefunder.com/Kilimanjaro, and there you will be able to support this incredible initiative. I could not give it any more powerful endorsement. God bless you, Christopher. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, John.
And God bless all of you. And we'll see you next time. Hi, everyone. This is John Henry Weston. We hope you enjoyed this program. To see more like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button below to get all the latest content from LifeSite News. Check the links in the description to read more and connect with us on social media so that you can stay up to date with all the latest life, family, faith, and freedom news. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you.